Welcome back, everyone, to Hidden Treasure. I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Brad, and today we're going to be talking about open mindedness.
Okay, so open mindedness. What does that mean to you, Brad?
Well, it means being able to listen to someone else when maybe I don't believe or agree with their opinion or perspective.
Mm-hmm. All right, and for me, I agree with that, and also being open to new ideas and just new possibilities in life. Not to just close my mind to anything that could be better, but to actually check into it with an open mind and see if it is something that would be viable for me or not.
Right. Well, it's like, we've talked about, everybody has a difference of opinion or perspective, and, people are passionate about things, whether or not it's something that maybe you agree with or you don't agree with. But being open minded is being able to listen and learn, and get a feel for their perspective and what they're passionate about.
Hmm. And it's just open-minded person is someone that they're like comfortable in their own skin. They're saying, "Hey, look, I don't know everything. I think I could at least be open to the possibility of listen to the idea and see what it does for me."
Right. Well, we wanted to talk about this because we're talking about human nature versus spiritual nature. We're talking about hidden treasure, and a lot of people have never heard of that or thought about that. And so, what we're asking is for people to be open minded about something that could really possibly change their lives. It's free. There's no risk. It's just being open minded to learn about the spirit.
Exactly. And speaking of open-minded, I saw one time this analogy. I guess it was an analogy about open-mindedness. It was said the mind is like a parachute. It works best when it's open
Right.
because a parachute's worthless if it doesn't open, and a mind that's not open really shuts out a lot of good possibilities and ways to experience life. So that's why we're talking about it.
Well, that's true, and you think about our belief system, things we learn from our parents, friends, growing up. They kind of define us, really, especially at an early age. We think, well, that's who we are. But being open minded allows you to be free and to learn about differences that you may have with other people, and that's how we connect. And we've already talked about we're all in this thing called life together. Is understanding where people are coming from. It opens up a dialogue to where you can learn from others, they can learn from you, and
Mm-hmm.
and nobody is always right about everything, right?
Right. That's for sure.
But when you're closed minded, you do think you're right, and you're not willing to give the other person an opportunity to explain where they're coming from. And so, if you're closed minded, you're not growing, right? You're
Right.
not developing. You're not becoming a better person. And so we don't want to be there.
Yeah, because sometimes, and when it comes to our beliefs, they're sacred, and we will never have any interest at all in changing anyone's beliefs. They're sacred to each person. We're just wanting it open mind. It's kind of like this, because we can all believe something that's not true. I'm sure every one of us, without a doubt, has believed in something and then found out at some point it wasn't true. And you can go back to thousands of years ago. Everybody thought the Earth was flat. Well, now we know it's not. But until we had technology that could show us and prove to us, we didn't know.
Uh, we you want to learn, understand why people are passionate, understand where they're coming from, because that's how you grow, that's how you learn, and it's also how you relate to people.
Absolutely, and it's just so important to keep an open mind these days. There's a lot of information hitting us, a lot of ideas and opinions and stuff, and um, it just means you have an open mind to hear what people have to say. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to, but don't you don't have to debate them either. Just listen to people and say, "Oh, well, thanks for sharing."
Tell your story about being open minded as far as you were talking to your friend and y'all kind of going back and
Oh
forth.
yeah, yeah. I had a friend, and we were in a discussion about it, something. I don't remember what it was now, and but we were going back and forth. He's making his points, and I'm making my points, and neither one of us. I realized, all of a sudden it dawned on me, Jimmy, you're closed-minded here. You're just trying to convince him, and you hardly ever convince somebody to see it differently if they're different than you. So I realized, I said, what am I doing? And I thought to myself, and so when he finished talking, making another point to me, I looked him in the eye and said, you know what? And he said, what? And I said, you're right. You're absolutely right. I see what you're saying.
And
And that
that
was it.
and that blew his mind,
It
didn't
blew his
it?
mind. The next day when I saw him, he said, man, you messed me up when you did that. He said, I thought about that all day long, how you just said I was right. And he said that it took me by surprise. But you know what it did also? It stopped the conversation, me going back and forth with him, trying to convince him of something. Because I know better than that. But hey, old habits die hard. Everything we're telling you and talking to you about, we're still practicing ourselves, and we're just novices at this right now.
Right. Well, open mindedness gives you a true sense of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You're not stuck in and believing and having this baggage. You're open. I mean, you're just open to loving and accepting people. And like Jimmy and I said, that is not the same thing as agreeing or approving.
Right.
It could be, but so just being open minded to hear it and having a nice civil discussion is pretty awesome.
It's kind of like our hidden treasure here. To get into this hidden treasure required an open mind on my part and on your part.
Well, it does, and so we talk about celebrating differences. Being open minded is certainly a part of that, but it's
Mhm.
also learning about different perspectives and opinions that people have, and really um, becoming a lot more wise.
You'd be surprised at how much easier life could be when you learn through practice and application to let things let things be, let people be. Don't try to convince them. Like I was wasting my time that conversation, and until it dawned on me what I was doing, I was just wearing myself out and giving away my positive energy, for something that didn't even matter. But I got caught up in being right, and that's one of the things that'll trip you every time.
If I will shut this and open these, and
Mm-hmm.
my stepfather used to tell me that's why God gave you one of these and two of these, but
Yep.
and you'll just listen. Oh my goodness, you may find that some of your beliefs change because hey, you were only given one side of the story, or maybe the side that you were given wasn't true.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
So there, yeah, so true. Good job.
When you're open minded, it really does help you to be more loving and accepting, and that's what we're that's why we're here.
That's why we're here. This podcast is all about encouraging you, the listener, to be more loving and accepting with an open mind towards people that are different than you, so you can accept and show them love.
Well, if you like this video, please hit like, subscribe, comment below. But the biggest compliment that you can give me and Jimmy is to share this. If there's somebody that you've been thinking about, that you've been praying for, somebody that just needs to hear it from a different source, right? Maybe they're not listening to you or taking your advice. Ask them to tune in. Hopefully, we will be able to make those seeds grow that you've been planting for folks and help people out, because that's truly why we're here. We just want to help people to be more loving, caring, compassionate, and have that peace, love, joy, and light.
That's right. Peace, joy, love, and light be with you always.
Thank you.